This morning, new surveillance footage of an armed group of men carrying flags emblazoned with swastikas, marching through the streets of Columbus, Ohio. The troubling incident happening Saturday afternoon. Each person dressed head to toe in all black, masks concealing their faces. They shouted foul and racist speech against Jews and people of color. Ohio's governor denouncing the neo-Nazis, writing, "There is no place in this state for hate, bigotry, anti-Semitism, or violence."
This group of neo-Nazis marched through a Columbus, Ohio neighborhood.
Well, hide y'all's faces.
Around a dozen people wearing masks carried flags emblazoned with swastikas and yelled anti-Semitic and racist slurs.
Well, most of them are cowards. You know, they don't want to show their faces like the KKK. They wear the hoods and whatnot.
No arrests were made during the event, but Columbus police did briefly detain some marchers and later release them, according to CNN affiliate WBNS.
Yeah, to show their faces.
CNN has reached out to Columbus police for more information. Local officials condemned the demonstration, and Governor Mike DeWine also denounced the show of hate. This march comes after a group of people carrying Nazi flags demonstrated in Michigan outside a performance of the play, The Diary of Anne Frank, earlier this month.
The FBI raided the Phoenix facility in hazmat suits as part of a multi-state investigation into the illegal trafficking and sale of human body parts. But for the first time, we're now able to see the testimony from one of the FBI agents who conducted the raid, and what he recounts is shocking. He said he found a cooler filled with male genitalia, a bucket of heads, arms, and legs, infected heads, and one of the most disturbing findings, called a morbid joke in the lawsuit, a small woman's head sewn onto a large male torso like Frankenstein and hung up on the wall, with no identification tags on the bodies.
Tools that are not appropriate for dismembering scientific bodies.
Harp says his mother's ashes showed up by mail on his doorstep shortly after the raid, but he isn't even sure they're her ashes. He says his mom and grandma wanted to help medical research after their death, yet doesn't believe they ever made it out of the BRC. The FBI.
The next clip is an update of what's going on in North Carolina.
The body count is piling up, yet nobody wants to talk about that. I did speak to some law enforcement off the record. Didn't want to be, in their professional capacity naming names, but there's a lot of dead bodies that our National Guard moved off in Chinooks and in reefer trucks and have been brought to morgues. And they're not counting them as dead. They're counting them as undead until they are identified and next of kin named. So, from Spruce Pine to through Lake Lore, down to, Bat Cave, up to Black Rock, and over here into Marshall and Weaver, and out to East Tennessee in Irwin, the devastation is absolutely undescribable. And it's going to be years, decades maybe, before this area is even rehabilitated, if it can be rehabilitated.
Alex Jones, the conspiracy theorist who for years told his listeners that the massacre at Sandy Hook in Newtown was a hoax. 20 children, as you know, died in Newtown. He called the anguished parents there actors. Tonight, what's now happened to his InfoWars platform? Today, we learned the satirical publication The Onion has bought it, and their plan for it now. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, Alex Jones's media empire, InfoWars, sold at auction to help pay his billion-dollar debt to the Sandy Hook families he defamed.
We were able to stand up to a huge bully.
Those families backing the satirical website The Onion in its takeover of a platform that peddled lies to millions.
This is just the beginning of Jones's lesson in accountability.
For years, Jones called the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary a hoax, and the grieving families actors, mocking them.
Doing classic acting training where he's laughing and joking, and they say, "Hey, we're live," and he goes, "Oh."
Robbie.
Breaking news November 17, 2024, while everybody's being distracted by UFOs and aliens, and I'm not talking about the illegal aliens, by the way, the Pentagon has failed its 7th straight audit. This year, they lost $824 billion, and last year lost $1 trillion. How they still have a job, that is baffling to me. And the U.S. national debt hit its highest level at $36 trillion. That made the history books. A new monkeypox strain hits California. Why is it always California? And Dan Bongino is Trump's top leader in the race for Director of Secret Service. I think he would do a really good job. And I'm still pissed off at Netflix, by the way, about the fight the other night, buffering. The only TKO that night was buffering by Netflix. I cancel them, they kiss my ass. I only got it for that reason, only just 1 month. I knew I never should have went back, even just for that fight. Everybody have a good rest of their weekend. I got other work to do.
Some pretty disturbing news just coming out in the past couple of days regarding our nation's drinking water. Please do not ignore this, as this official report states that 110 million people in the United States could be impacted in this. This would literally be 1/3 of our entire nation's drinking water that could be susceptible to a major cyber attack on critical infrastructure systems. Take a look at this official report that came out. I'm going to be covering the details for you. This was released, you can see, November the 13th, 2024. This is from the EPA Management Implication Report, Cybersecurity Concerns Related to Our Drinking Water Systems. And as I just mentioned to you, we're hearing this would impact 110 million people in the United States. Take a lot of recalls taking place right now, and the most recent today, November the 14th, 2024, a national FDA alert on this bottled water massive recall, and these are the states that are affected. You can see this coming out in the last 24 hours. I'm going to get you all the latest details on this bottled water recall. Now, in addition to that, cheeseburgers have been recalled as well, giving the highest level by the FDA for this recall. So we've got water, cheeseburgers. In addition to that, salad has been recalled for 8 states over allergic reaction warning. Also, poultry, ready-to-eat meat poultry recalled over listeria risk. See the list of affected products. You can see this coming out in just the past 3 days. And this comes as we had seen that massive boar's head recall for the meat. That was huge. So there just appears to be tons of these recalls that are taking place right now, and now one on bottled water, which I know is a huge concern for a lot of people because everybody drinks water. And so I'm going to share with you the latest information.
President-elect Donald Trump taking to his social media platform, Truth Social, confirming that he will be preparing to declare a national emergency and plans to use military assets to reverse the Biden, quote, invasion through a mass deportation program. That was shared by conservative political activist Tom Fitton. And as you can see, Donald Trump saying true with 3 exclamation marks.
On Donald Trump's YouTube page, he has a commercial called It's Time. Peep it.
We can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States. He will be going back to the White House.
Fight for you, for your family, and your future with every breath in my body.
We're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. We're going to lead the greatest comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
God spared my life for a reason, to restore America to greatness. Together we can truly make America great again.
We're in China, and this is how advanced that cashless payment is in this country.
Like, I've never seen this before, actually. The Sabi Lays. I'm going to try them.
Right, so now I'm going to pay for it. I've left my phone and my card at home. I actually got nothing. Can't pay.
Look at that, how crazy.
Mate, this country is blowing my mind. It's paid with my palm.
No phone, no card or nothing needed.
Register your palm. I done it earlier today.
With WeChat?
With your WeChat. set your card up, and no matter where your phone is, anywhere in the world, you can pay with your palm print.
So while China's definitely capitalizing on drone swarms, as you can plainly see in this video, they're also struggling to find out ways that they can counter drone swarms as well. Now, recently, China's conducted air defense drills in order to test its capabilities against drone swarms. And even the CCTV report from the Chinese state broadcaster said that they were only able to achieve about a 40% damage rate against a drone swarm with their first round of anti-aircraft artillery that was launched. Now,